Yo, good morning, my people. Peace and blessings. Top of the morning to everybody. It is Tuesday, June 24th, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because with Him, all things is possible. Top of the top, my good people, on this hot Tuesday morning. Jesus, it's gonna be a hot one today, baby. But safe travels to everybody out there moving. People who still traveling. Some people, I guess, finishing up school, um, college, wherever it is that you're going, your doctor's appointments, your vacations. If you're shopping, going to the store on a regular day, wherever it is that you're going today, please get there safe. I hope everybody's feeling blessed and appreciated and thankful for seeing another day. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Yes, today is definitely going to be a hot one. Jesus, everybody, please stay as cool as you can while y'all out here. Make sure you have your water, your vitamins, whatever it is that you have to have, man, to stay in one piece. Make sure you have it, man. Don't be out here doing too much that can cause a heat stroke or anything, because we don't want that to happen. This is around the time where it gets real serious because people sometimes either don't know what they got going on with them, or sometimes they have a little too much fun that can cost them. So let's just be careful with that, man. So Tuesday, so we're gonna get into this boxing. I have a question that I thought about yesterday because I seen an interview with Bobby Garcia looking at a video that Boots made with um, YSM Media. Shout out to my Philly brother. And I heard what Boots said. I heard what Robert Garcia got to say. My question is, what's the holdup? So we gonna get into that question. I'm not accusing of anybody being a duck or assuming because that's what we all like to do. The question is, what's the holdup? So we're gonna get into that. So for my newcomers, my regulars, everyone, welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is where it goes down at No Duck Zone podcast. Let me see. Wait a minute. Who's in here? Who's in here now? D Free, you got the link. Come on, Condo, what up? It's Phils. What's up? Condo say, ain't that hot outside? Shit, the hell of it ain't, Condo. It's hot outside. Now, of course, when you're down south, yeah, it's pretty. Which I don't complain because this is the weather that I look for, but this won't be the weather I'll be going out to today. I won't be going out there today in that. It's not happening. I just came out from going to the store, and that's it. I'm not playing with outside today. Me and my wife will be in the house today. Good morning to the freeze. What up?
What up? I'm from the Dukes, the folk, in the morning, the Dukes, the folk.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, free. I thought you had a kufi on your head. I didn't realize that was your hat to the back. I had to look again. I thought that was a kufi. I was gonna say, when the hell did you become?
Nigga, you already know I be outside with my gang.
Oh man, I thought you had a kufi on, man. I was gonna say, wait a minute, free. What is you doing, man? Oh man, yo, it's hot out there, free. It's hot, ain't it?
It's 99 degrees.
Same thing here. It's bacon. I said, yo, I was just telling one of my dudes downstairs. I was like, yeah, man. Like, what you doing today? In the house all day? Not going nowhere.
I knew it was gonna be hot when I took my wife to work at 10 o'clock last night. It was 89 degrees. I was like,
Yeah. Kano
is it
said, hey,
is
I
it
wear
is it
poopies. I know, Kano. I thought
somebody
that's what Free had on.
somebody need to go lock the sun up. There's no reason that it should be that damn hot at 10 o'clock at night. Somebody need to place him under arrest. He's
Yeah.
disrespectful out here.
Man, they say you wake up in Texas sometime, it already be in the 80s. That's too doggone hot. Shit, too hot. 6 o'clock in the morning, you can wake up and it's in the 80s. Jesus Christ.
Man,
Not
uh,
going, not going outside. But everybody, like I said, everybody, please stay safe out there, man. Stay safe, because you going out there, you going out there playing with that heat, thinking you can challenge the heat. You gonna lose.
man, if you going outside, you better not go outside without at least 1 gallon of water with you. You going outside with less than 1 gallon of water, that's your fault.
Yeah, you don't go out there like that. B, don't go out there like that. I'm telling you right now, you go out there like that if you want to, it's pretty much over for you. But yo, I got a question, Free, not only for you, but for the chat, for the boxing, for the real boxing community. I have about a couple more interviews to do on my channel after that, I believe. Shutting it down. YouTube is too out. You no, Kano, you can't do that, Kano. Kano, you can't do that. I don't care how wild it gets. You can't just shut down your channel, Kano. Come on now, stop it. If that was the case, I would have did that 2 years ago. I was ready to do that 2 years ago, but that's because something was said about me. We can't shut it down because when we shut it down, we leave the door open for these new goofies, because that's what YouTube is getting. A lot of new goofies that don't know shit about boxing. But we can't do that, Connor. You're one of the main people we need to remain here because there's a lot of sources. It's a lot of stuff you can tell us that we don't know about, and we just can't have you doing that, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that, Connor. That's like D Free saying, that's it for me. We can't do that. We need y'all brothers. Y'all are very knowledgeable, and we can call y'all to ask y'all for something if we don't have the answers. So we can't have you do that, Kano. Please don't do that. We need you, brother. And I'm not just saying it because it sounds good. People like you, D Free, a lot of other people, we need you guys. Without
Mm,
y'all, the shit is trash.
yeah, I'm not shutting my channel down. I just moved over to football. I'm like, these dudes are a little too sensitive. I still talk boxing on other platforms and things like that. But as far as me doing it, I'm like, nah, I just rather
No, man, we need y'all, man. I don't
I'd
care how
rather stick
crazy
to
it get.
football.
Listen, I love
I,
this boxing so much. I love this boxing so much. I don't let the trolls, I don't let people on other channels aggravate me. I don't let these casuals, I don't let these people who don't know shit about boxing bother me. I don't care. I'm still gonna do what I do. I don't even care no more. I ignore them. You see, you can't come over here with no nonsense because there's a button called block. Now I block your ass. Um, I have a question for the chat, the panel, everybody, and I want you to give me your honest opinion on this. No, Kano, I have learned a lot. Yeah. We can't have Kano do it. Tell him, Miss Fields, we can't have him do that. Kano bugging right now. We can't have him do that. We need him. What is the holdup? And even though he just got the 54, this is the conversation
well,
before 54. What is the holdup between Vergil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis?
there is no hold up. There's no hold up.
No, I'm just saying. It's a question of not so. All right, so maybe I worded that wrong. Will we see it? And if we do, how long do you think it'll
Yeah,
take before we see it?
we'll see it October, October, November, somewhere around there.
Because I was looking at the interview with Robert Garcia as he was watching the video where Boots was talking about him, and he was saying how they said they needed 4 years before the fight happened, and he was saying something about, so Robert Garcia was like, he needed that Boots said he needed a tune up, which
No,
I
nope.
mean the interview that I saw yesterday. So now Robert was like, well, I guess we won't see the fight until October 2026, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, what?
That's the problem. You was listening to Robert Garcia. You can't listen to Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia ain't the one that's making the fights for Virgil. He doesn't make the fights.
No,
It's Oscar.
I guess he was going off what Boots said because he said Boots like
Boots,
he said.
Boots been
So this is
saying,
what he said. This is what he said. He said from a sources.
I know what
From
he's saying.
sources that hold on, he said from sources, somebody I guess he talked to that might have known Boots. I don't know. It shit sound crazy to me that they told him, not Robert. The sources told Boots that, or the Boots told the sources that I need a tune up before that, which that didn't sound right.
Like I said, you ain't seen not a single interview where Boots said he needed a tune-up
Exactly.
at 54. So, like I said, you can't listen to Robert. Like I said, Robert is not the one that make the fight for Vergil. It's Oscar, and being though that Oscar does whatever Turkey wants to do, Turkey is the one that said he wants to make that fight with Jaron Ennis and Vergil Ortiz somewhere
Yeah.
around October, November. So that's probably when we will see the fight, somewhere around
O-
October,
o-
November.
Only reason, yeah. I mean, because I was saying the whole holdup was what's all this back and forth, back and forth? Because they've been doing this for some time now. Like, how long have they been doing this? Just back and forth with them. Uh, Free. What's this been? 4 years since the back and forth with them. Tay Tay, I see
It,
you. I see you. Tay, what up?
when it came when before Turkey came into the picture,
Yeah.
that's what Robert had said. He said they needed 48 months before they faced Jerron Boots Ennis. Virgil never said anything about it, but they never tried to make a fight with Jerron Boots Ennis, which at that time they both were still trying to build their name. So you didn't think that a fight from them was going to happen around that time anyway. And then Virgil had a lot of issues with his health, so he didn't fight for like 2 years, and then he ended up moving to 54. So it wasn't really a opportunity for Boots and Virgil to make a fight. It just everybody heard that Robert say 48 months, and everybody just ran with it. I mean, but it really wasn't no opportunity for them to make a fight. To be honest with you, I mean, there was never a fight put on the table for those guys to fight because um, Oscar De La Hoya and Showtime wasn't doing any deals at that time. Remember, daggone, what's his name? Ryan Garcia had to force Oscar to make the fight with Tank Davis. So it wasn't no
Yeah.
opportunity for them to fight at that time.
Um. You know, because like I said, for 4 years ago we wanted to see it, but there's a time and place for everything. Every fight doesn't get made. I don't think people understand this. Free. Every fight is not going to get made just because you think it's a good fight right then and there. Um. Sometimes it takes build up. Sometimes the money ain't right. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. They think that they take two names that sounds good together and go, well, let's make it now. And sometimes that doesn't happen that way. We would have loved to see Abdullah Mason and Keyshawn get it in this year, but that doesn't mean it was going to happen this year. It takes time,
Right.
sometimes, to make stuff happen. Um, what do you think? And I think we just spoke about this the other day, so I can't say what do you think. Um, I'm trying to find a way to put this. If for some reason the fight didn't happen between him and Virgil, who do we blame?
It all depends on what the facts say. I mean, it could be Jerron Booth in this. It could be Virgil. It all depends on what the facts say. I'm gonna put the blame where the blame belongs. I'm not just gonna run with the narrative. Oh,
Yeah,
this person ducking, this and that and that. I gotta go
yeah.
according to what the facts say. If the facts say that Jerron is ducking, then he's gonna be the one that's gonna be considered a duck. If the facts say that Virgil is ducking, then he's gonna be the one that's gonna be considered a duck. All depends on what the facts say.
So I'm glad you said that. So let's go back to the 48 months. Would you consider that as a duck, or would you consider that hey they needed time to build him?
I don't think it was a duck because, like I said, it was no opportunity for that fight to be made. These guys was still working on growing their fan base, and they still was trying to make a name for themselves. There was no fight put on the table. It wasn't like Jaron said, "Oh, I'm gonna send an offer to Vergil, and we need sign the contract, or let's sit down and make negotiate out a deal." They just said they was asked a question: would you fight Jaron Boots Ennis? And Robert Garcia said we need about 48 months, because at that time he knows what his fighter is. They probably were still trying to build him up and trying to get him into the right condition and get him ready to fight a guy like Jaron Ennis. Vergil was a come forward fighter. He doesn't have a lot of head movement and things like that. So it probably was still some stuff that he needed to work on. And he was like, you know what? He's not ready for a guy like that right now. So if you asking, are we going to make that fight? We need about 48 months to make that fight. So I don't think it was a duck per se. Some people look at it as a duck, but I don't really think that it was actually a duck because there was no fight offered.
Yeah. Because people are quick to look at something like that and they go, "Oh, it's a duck." That's what made me take it back to think. But yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't like I just said. Certain fights have to be built up. It's not time for everything, and a lot of these so-called fans need to understand that just because you take two names that sound good, Jazzy, what's up, Jazzy? Just because you take two names that sound good together, that doesn't like
That's it.
mean that the fight is going to happen right then and there. And some people have to understand it. It takes a build up. Great point. If there wasn't a offer, it's a yeah. Oh, that's my man, Josh. Josh, what up? I didn't even see your name, Josh. That's crazy. Um, when you look at 54, though,
So
and
again,
I think you spoke about this the other day, but for people who didn't see and might have not heard, um, even though we haven't seen Boots do anything at 54, where does Boots fit in with Sebastian Findora and Tim Tszyu? Where does he fit in that category?
he fit in right there where all those guys at. It all depends on if you want to rate him in the top five or if you want to rate him in the top 10. He's right there where all those guys is at. I mean, he is a unified champion at 47. So when he goes up there, he's going to be ranked somewhere in the top 10, top five. It all depends. Like I said, it all depends on where you want to rate him at.
Um, I want to ask this because even though we seen him fight one time, I want to see what where does he? Because Thurman just had his fight, right? He's still in that 54 class. He just had one fight. We don't know when to expect to see him. Um, could it be possible that those two can cross paths, or it won't happen?
Thurman don't know who Boots is.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I
I
don't think that
remember
path
that.
gonna cross.
I
I
remember
don't think
that.
I don't think that path gonna cross. He don't know who Boots is. Um, so I don't know. I mean, we might see a Jaron Boots versus Jamel Charlo possibly.
You now,
Um,
now you watch your mouth, sir. You watch your mouth, sir.
I mean
Gee,
that
Christ.
right now that's the quickest opportunity for Jaron to get a title because the IBF champion, which is one of the belts that Jaron has at 47, the IBF champion is about to fight Josh Kelly on the undercard of Canelo versus Bud. So the WBA is the other belt that Boots have, and that's about to get dropped by Bud.
Oh
Um,
wow.
because I don't think Bud is coming back down to 54. I
No,
don't think I don't think he's coming
I
back
don't.
down.
I don't. I don't. I think this is. I could be wrong, but I think it's curtains closed after September. That's just my opinion.
I mean, it's gonna happen one or two ways. Either either Bud is gonna retire as the undisputed champion at 68, or he's gonna retire after losing to Canelo Alvarez. One of the two things gonna happen because
Yeah, one of the two.
if he beats Canelo Alvarez, he's a three division undisputed champion. He beat Canelo Alvarez. What more is he going to fight for? There's no other bigger bag for him to get. than him fighting Canelo Alvarez. That was the biggest bag he can get. So, what else would he be fighting for? Um,
You, you, you know what? Yeah, because coming back to 54 is not an option because because even if that was possible, you know what the talks are gonna be. If he came back to 54, you know just as well as I know what the talks is gonna be.
they're gonna be like, he gotta get in that ring. He gotta get in the ring with either Jamel or he gotta get in the ring with Boots. It's gonna be one
Okay
of the
then.
two.
Okay then. So you already know what the talks is gonna be because people are still on them
It's,
talks.
I mean, those are the two biggest fights for Bud at 54 if he was to come back. Maybe a Vergil fight, but I don't think it's bigger than a Jaron Ennis or Jamel Charlo fight.
Nah, because I thought we was gonna see Jamel and him. I said Jamel and Crawford. Oh yeah, I definitely have to sit my ass down for this one. I got to sit my
Yeah,
ass down for this one. That would have been the most shit talking press conference in history.
yeah. I just don't. Yeah, I don't see. And that's why I said I think that belt is going to go vacant. So, I mean, Jamel Charlo right now, he's the champion in recess, and he's been in recess for almost 2 years now, or it's been 2 years, something like that. So he's been in recess all this time, and Bud drops the belt. If Jamel comes back, he can fight for that title against Jaron Ennis because Jaron can become the mandatory, or um,
That's nasty.
maybe Jaron says, you know what, I'm gonna take the IBF route, and he go fight Erickson Lubin to become the number one contender in the
Ooh, hey,
IBF.
you gotta slow your roll, free. Jesus, Jesus. That would be. And I like Erickson. I like Lubin. Now, if that was to happen, a lot of people will have some smart shit to say because you know how people are. You don't give them what they want, they cry about it. But that's something that I definitely would, because people don't understand business. It's not just about putting names together. You understand? It's about what makes sense too. It's just not about the names. As soon as you get a guy in there that you think that don't belong in there with another guy, now you like, why him? Why him? Why not this guy? It's really all about who's in position. Why people don't understand that, free?
Uh, because they don't know about the sport of boxing. Like Roger Mayweather say, most people don't know about boxing.
It's not about if we left it up to the if you left it up to the fans, oh, this shit would be boxing would be horrible.
This
Jesus,
this girl tripping.
some of the fights y'all pick, it'd be horrible.
This girl is tripping. I think she was smoking crack this morning.
Who?
Jazzy, she tripping. Look, too goddamn hot. I swear, I think she was
Oh,
smoking crack this morning. You smoke crack,
oh
don't you?
man, look at me, boy. Boots better not go near. Oh yeah, Josh. Yeah, that dude right there. Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know. I think we giving Bakram a little bit too much credit. I mean, he beat Tim Zoo, and most of us didn't see that coming. Most of us didn't see that coming. But I mean, if you really be honest, prior to Tim Zoo fighting Bakram,
I
we
didn't know who he
we
was.
we really wasn't thinking Tim Zoo was like that. We were just jumping. We were just respecting Tim Zoo because he wanted to smoke, but we didn't
Yeah,
really
yeah,
think Tim Zoo was like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna hold you though. I respected that he wanted to smoke with whoever he had to get to smoke with to get where he wanted to be. We ain't seen dude since he stopped Tim Zoo, which means it ain't too many people calling for his name. But eventually,
Yeah, he about like I said, he about to fight Josh Kelly for the daggone. I mean, on the undercard of Canelo versus Bud, but that ain't no fight. I mean, we do know that Erickson Lubin said he wanted that fight, but for
what
some
what
reason
what,
he's
what
fighting Josh Kelly.
Eric Lubin said he wanted that smoke.
Yeah, because Eric
Mm.
Lubin is he fought in the eliminator for the IBF. He fought the IBF eliminator, so he's supposed to be called as the mandatory whenever the IBF
Yo,
decide to call the mandatory.
what did we end up getting Jamel and Eric Lubin again? Because remember they fought before. Is
You
it
probably
possible
get
to get them again?
it's possible, but I mean, it's possible you're gonna get the same outcome that you got before too.
Don't, yo, Free, don't do that. Don't do that, Free. You don't
I'm just
think
saying.
Eric Lubin? You don't think he's a better fighter now than when he was then, or you just look at him as the same?
Yeah, I think he's a better fighter, but I also think Jamel's a better fighter as well.
Even with Jamel being out all the time, you still think that it don't matter if he was out 4 years, the results ain't gonna be no different.
I mean, Erson Lubin is only fighting once every year, every 2 years. He fought Jesus Ramos. He didn't fight again until he fought Holmes a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, on the pro box. Yeah, before that, it's
Yeah,
been a minute since we saw him.
yeah. It was like 2 years when he
Yeah,
fought
I know,
Jesus
Josh. That's
Ramos.
why I said it. He kept saying he wanted that rematch, Josh. Lubin said he wanted that. He wanted that smoke again, and I'm like, oh, well, okay. Well, I just hope it doesn't go the way it did the first time. Jesus Christ, because that was a
Yeah,
devastating knockout. That was devastating, man. I was like, oh no,
yeah.
no,
So I
Lubin.
mean, he could want the smoke. It's just a matter of like I said, I mean, the only thing that you could say is um Erson Lubin had a fight more recent than Jamel. But prior to that, they've been out of the ring roughly the same amount of time.
Let's try playing this game real quick, free. Let's say if there's a 54 tournament right now. If there was a 54-pound tournament right now, give me 3 fights that you would want to see. You remember how they did with Bernard Hopkins and them? Like, just give me 3 fights you would want to see if there was something at 54 right now.
54 right now, I would want to see. Well, we got Tim Tszyu and Sebastian. That's one.
Yeah, we already got that.
Um, I would want to see Vergil and Jaron Ennis. And you could say Jamel and Erson Lubin. And I'll give you a fourth one. Bakram versus Jesus Ramos.
Hey, watch your mouth, sir. Jesus Christ. How do you put those two in there like that? You got two that, oh, man. Man, Free.
I
Jeez.
give you four. You said three. I give you four.
Yeah, that's crazy, though, Free. That's a bloody fight because them two ain't gonna. Oh, man. Damn, Free. That's two come forward fighters. That's dangerous, man. There ain't nobody going back down either. You might have something, Free. You might actually have something. But now I look at the dude who I'm trying to figure out what's going on right now with Brian Mendoza. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with him right now. Because I'm like, we ain't seen him in a
And,
minute. I'm
ain't
trying to
nothing
figure
going on with
out.
him. Brian Mendoza is considered a journeyman slash
Oh shit.
gatekeeper. No, I'm being honest. That's what he's
Oh
considered.
shit.
He's more like a journeyman or a gatekeeper. Brian Mendoza is not a contender. He's more like a gatekeeper, or you can. Some people might consider him a journeyman. I would consider him more of a gatekeeper. Um, you test your young fighters out against a guy like Brian Mendoza. He can make it past Brian Mendoza. Okay, he's probably ready for the next level. Like we saw Sebastian Fedor get knocked out by him.
Nah, I didn't see that coming. I swear I was expecting Sebastian just to go in there and do what he do and off to the races. When he caught him with that punch he caught him with, I said, Jesus.
No,
Sebastian
it
never
wasn't.
saw it coming.
It wasn't even a devastating punch.
Overseas.
It was more of a punch
Oh, okay.
that, like, when Sebastian Fedor hit the canvas, he sat up. He was sitting up, and he looked at the referee. He was like, "I don't know what you count for. I'm not getting up." He literally looked at the referee and shook his head. He was like, because I just watched the
Hold
short.
on.
Somebody
Free, hold on,
somebody got
time
it
out.
as a YouTube short, and they showed they showed Sebastian Fedor get knocked down by Brian Mendoza, and he had his elbows on the mat and his back was up off the canvas, and he looking at the
Oh shit!
referee like, "What are you coming for?" No, I'm not getting up. No. The referee was like 6, 7. He was like,
No, like you said, the part where he shrugged his shoulders, like you can count all you want. I'm not getting
he
up.
was like, "Oh, what you coming for? I'm not
I'm
getting
not
up."
getting. I'm not. Yo, I've never seen that. A dude just sit up like you can count all you want. A condo, what's up, my good brother? He just sat there and just shrugged his shoulder like I'm not getting up. You can count all you want to.
Right.
I'm I'm gonna sit here. Oh man. But 54 right now, in my opinion, I wish there could be a tournament for it. I wish I really could see that. But it's a little more interesting than what we think. Um the guys that we named, it's a pretty good. I mean, and like I said, you still got Keith Thurman, rather if you're a fan of him or not, rather if you think he doesn't deserve a position or not, you still got to mention his name. When are we going to see him again? I don't know. Yeah. D Hall, shout out to my brother D Hall on the People Show. Go watch him this Sunday. Go subscribe to him. I've been missing him because Sundays I got to get back to seeing him on 4 p.m. on Sundays. Make sure y'all go subscribe to D Hall on the People Show Sunday. Yeah, so rather if you like Keith Thurman or not, you have to still mention his name. Jamel Charlo, you still got to mention his name. So 54 is going to be pretty interesting for the rest of this year, going into next year.
Right.
Um, do you see anybody free at 47 that we might not know about? That you see them creeping up to 54 sooner than later that we might not know about? Oh, he joint froze. Hold on, y'all. Oh, he froze. Give my brother a second. This happens. He'll be back. Um, Y'all smash that like button, man. Good morning to everybody, to all my kings and queens and boys and girls and children of all ages.
Yeah, Clarence, bring your tail back up here.
Yeah, I am.
All right. So I heard the question. Yeah, I do think we will see somebody move up to 54 from 47 that we didn't know about. And the reason we didn't know about them moving up to 54 is because we don't know who the heck it is. We don't know nobody at 47. We don't know nobody at 47. It's only like 6 people at 47 that you actually know. Everybody else, you like, okay, yeah, I seen him fight once or twice. He's a good fighter. We ain't really checking for him like that. Like, I mean, we got Speedy Rasheed Ellis coming back. We ain't seen that man. I mean, he's been busy, but we haven't seen that man fight
He
since.
was no, he was on the that combat league. He was fighting with them,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
and
saying. He's been
which
busy, but
I was
we
surprised to
haven't.
see that. I was surprised to see that. You know
I
what?
wasn't. That man was.
We
That
always
man
we always was entertaining him
got
and
beat
Boots.
up. That man thought he
Yeah,
was going. He was doing something. That man was showing all his hand speed and his footwork, and then he got caught. And then there was curtains after that. That man was gassed out. Villa beat the speed out of his ass.
I mean, you know what? You did see this. You boy.
that nigga Villa beat that man from speedy to slow mo.
Shut up. Oh my God, yeah, this dude.
That man got beat and changed his whole name to slow mo Rasheed Ellis.
Yo, you know what? You need to stop. Yo, you really do, yo. You. Oh my God.
I'm just saying, the nigga he was doing his thing. That man was doing his thing
Yo,
for like the first
we.
7, 8 rounds, and he got caught with something, and then it was like his foot was stuck in. I mean, his gear was stuck in first gear. He couldn't get out of the first gear.
It's crazy because you
So,
said Rashidi. We ain't seen Villa, man. Villa,
yeah,
shit,
we ain't
Villa.
seen Villa since he got beat back to the daggone
I'm gonna
the
talk about that
jungle.
another
We
time,
thought
D
he was
Hall.
about to.
I'm gonna talk about Tevin and Schofield. I'm talking about them. I'm gonna talk about them later. Uh, I don't like doing too much
Villa
in
was
one. I
about to
don't like
beat.
doing too much in one day. I'm gonna talk about Schofield and Farmer tomorrow. Matter of fact,
Yeah,
take that back.
Villa was
Scratch that.
about to. Villa was.
I'm gonna come back today and talk about it. Matter of fact, D Hall, you just gave me something. I'm gonna come back later on to talk about that. You just gave me something.
I
I'm
mean,
glad you mentioned the
Villa
two
looked like
names.
he was about to build a village. He was about to build a village after he beat Villa, and that man got beat back into the goddamn wilderness. That nigga
Yeah, but I'm
Jaron
like,
Ennis said,
where's
"Nah, you
But
gonna."
Villa? But I'm trying to figure out where's Villa though, man.
He's in the wilderness. What are you talking about? Didn't you just say what I said?
No, man. Come on,
that
man.
man,
Stop.
that man got beat back to his country, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna chill out for a little while. I was doing a little bit too much. Let me go chill for a minute. I'll be back in about another year or so.
Another year.
The same,
Shit. That
The same thing that happened to Brian.
Mendoza.
Brian
Not Mendoza. Castano.
Castano. That nigga Castano fought Jamel to a draw, and then they got in the second fight, and he got knocked out. You ain't seen that man since.
He pulled the Madonna. Got them two good paydays, and got up out of here.
That nigga, he pulled a daggone. He changed his name from Brian Castano to David Copperfield. That man pulled a disappearing act. That nigga literally got ghost.
Yo, these dudes, man, I don't know, man. I'm telling you, it be all about just the money, man. Let me make what I can make. Which I ain't got nothing against that, but
Like that man beat all the inspiration out of him. You ain't heard a peep out of Brian Castano. That man
nah.
don't even have inspiration to fight again. That man
And
said,
and
man,
and,
forget this boxing
and
shit.
he was to me, he was pretty all right. So I was like,
That man said, I went as far as I can go. I couldn't beat Jamel. I ain't going no further. That was it. That's as far as I can go. I was a champion. I was trying to become undisputed for the first time. They didn't give me the first fight. They said it was a draw. Second fight, I got my ass whooped. I'm done. Fuck that. I'm done. I ain't doing no more.
oh man, I don't know what to say about that, man. But far as 54 though, we're going to see some pretty interesting things. Especially in the Sebastian Vendora and Tim Zoo rematch, which I'm not gonna be able to see that because I'm not ordering that pay-per-view. I'm just not. Um,
That's gonna be on the undercard of Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrio. Yeah, I'm about to
yeah,
I'm about to I'm
yeah,
about to
I'm out.
I'm gonna hook the bag on the little fire stick up that day.
Yeah, I'm not paying for that shit.
That's not even like see
I'm
like
not even.
I know a lot of people's like, oh, nobody want to see this, and then everybody talking about Manny Pacquiao is this and Manny Pacquiao that, and they know Mario Barrio gonna whoop his ass. I say, well, I mean, at the end of the day, You can't blame Manny Pacquiao. So y'all getting mad at Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is trying to get a payday or whatever he's trying to do.
Yo, I'm
He
mad.
won't
I'm
be
mad at.
he
I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at Barrios' ass.
yeah, I mean, he wouldn't be able to do what he's doing if Barrios didn't say yeah. So Barrios is the champion. He's the one that's fighting Manny Pacquiao. So if you're gonna be mad at anybody, you need to be mad at Barrios. And that's why I said I hope Manny Pacquiao whoop Barrios' ass. I hope he do because that's gonna be his fault. He got in there with that old man. Now you got two old men that whoop
Yeah.
your ass. Both of them coming off layoffs. You got your ass whooped by Keith Thurman, and he came off a 2 year layoff. And now you
Oh
about to get
man.
your ass whooped by Manny Pacquiao. He came off a 3 year layoff. So that's your fault.
Hey, what's up with these? What's up with these layoffs?
Hey, hey, Mario Barrio can't beat nobody coming off a layoff. So if you want to beat Mario Barrio, just go away for a couple of years. He can't beat you. He
Oh
can't beat
man.
nobody. If he lose to Manny Pacquiao, is a confirmed fact. Mario Barrio can't beat nobody coming off layoff. All you gotta do is go on a layoff. He ain't gonna beat you.
Yeah. Shouts to Brian Norman for going out there doing his thing. Yeah, definitely. Shout outs to him, man, for going out there
I don't know
and
what the hell.
whooping
Hold up.
ass.
Do I got my dad going
So
on?
we
This
just
joint
speaking
better
on
not
the
be on.
154-pound division. No, we were speaking
Oh, it's
on
off. Okay.
Boots versus Vergil Ortiz and what was the holdup. That's what we were speaking on. I try not to be all over the place when I'm having these boxing topics because it kind of, you know what I mean? Because I be trying to save some of these conversations for another day. Because if you speak about too much in one day, what you gonna speak about tomorrow? So, but ain't nothing really going on this week. That Jake Paul shit is this week. Ain't no, I'm not. So it's not really nothing going on this week. It's pretty much quiet. I think there's a. Is there a fight on the zone Friday? I think there's a show Friday on the zone. I don't remember. What's
Say
up?
that
What's
again.
up, Cam? Cam J Network. What up? Appreciate y'all. Um, I mean, we can get into the whole. We can get into the whole. Who I said? Who did he just say? The Tevin Farmer and Floyd Schofield. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good one.
Man,
Yo,
kid,
wait a minute.
kid.
What fight? What fight is that? That's this week.
Yeah, that's this weekend. That's what they're on the
On
undercard
the.
of Jake Paul.
Once again, I have to watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, we can't watch that because they, for some strange retarded reason, their fight is a pay-per-view fight. Jake Paul fight Mike Tyson on free Netflix, but then he fight Dag on Chavez Jr. on pay-per-view. What?
I'm not. You see, but this is what I'm talking about, and this is why I be like, that's why people be like, oh, you ain't talking about it this week. I ain't talking about that shit. That I don't care nothing about it. Liam,
That don't even
fight
make sense.
tomorrow.
So
Oh, he fights tomorrow morning.
oh,
Oh, okay. What is he fight? What is he fighting on? I probably won't be able to see it. If it's anything like ESPN Plus, it's quiet. I don't have that no
uh,
more.
I mean, if he fighting tomorrow morning, I'm not gonna be watching that joint. I'm not
Well,
watching those damn
well,
shit.
it depends because I can't get up and not do my show because I watch
It
the
has
fight. I have to do my show every morning.
it have to be a special occasion why I fight. I watch a fight early in the morning.
Well, I used to
It,
get up to watch Monster anyway. I used to get up to watch him in the morning. Then after a
yeah,
while, that
that
shit
was
had to slow
that was
down.
a special occasion because that was the only time you could
Oh,
watch him fight.
Wilder. Yeah, Wilder. Yeah, Wilder. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
this that's on BLK Prime. Not paying for that neither.
It doesn't make sense. I will agree. No, it doesn't make sense, man. D Hall is just certain shit. I'm not. Nah, I'm not. I don't have to whine and cry about it. It's just certain shit that I'm not doing and not paying for, and I have a right. Everybody has a
Right.
right. What you don't have a right to do is to order shit and then complain about it. How trash it was. If you
I
order
give
it,
I give
you got.
everybody a shot. I ordered that daggone Braun Norman versus Greg Hatchett fight. And that
Oh
daggone
man.
on BOK Prime, that production for that was trash. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
buying another
somebody,
pay per
somebody,
view ever."
a couple people said that to me about that. I was like, huh?
For the first 30 minutes, we was literally looking at the floor. Like somebody laid the camera down. We was looking at the floor. You could see people walk past and everything. Wasn't nobody talking, nobody doing an interview or nothing. We was literally looking at people walk past. All we saw was the bottom of their
You
shoes.
can't. Let me tell you, you can't put a camera in everybody's hand because some of these idiots, they don't know how to be cameramen. They want to talk.
No,
They
it
doing
wasn't.
too
It
much.
wasn't the camera. It wasn't the cameraman fault. They didn't know that they went live. Because they was having technical difficulties for like
Yeah,
because the fight had came on, and for like a good
her fighting on the
45 minutes,
same
a good 45
card.
minutes, they was having technical difficulties. So they had to delay the fight
Quiet.
card.
Oh,
When they
Cam,
finally
it worked.
when they finally brought the joint on, the camera was laid on the floor because they were trying to get everything up and running.
Yeah, that was
But we
fighting.
was
I don't
looking
know
at the
why.
daggone floor.
Well, I guess there's a lot of fights this week I'm gonna be missing because I don't know. They always give us one good week of boxing, and then the next week it's some confusion. So I
Well,
guess it'll be quiet. I guess it'll be quiet for me this week.
it's a pay-per-view fight because of the money that they giving Wilder or they supposed to be giving Wilder. I don't know. I'm just going by what people said. I never saw an actual report how much Wilder was getting. I heard $3 million. I heard as much as $15 million. I don't know which one it is, but I mean usually when they do pay-per-view is because they don't actually have the money to give these guys that what they want, so they give them a guarantee, and then the back end money is where they get their money from, or the network will give them the money up front, and that pay per view back end money is where the network will make all their money back. So that's the reason why they do pay per views. They don't really have the money to give them like that.
Man, they can have it. This week will just be a quiet week for me. It'll be quiet.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, it's going to be quiet, but it's not going to be quiet because my dad
no, it's not
going
gonna be
my
quiet because you still got people who gonna be like, and you can't stop people from watching what they want to watch because you got people who wait for particular fights to happen, and then
I'm
you
gonna be
got
at
those
work
who just
anyway,
then you
so
got
I'll be
those who you got those who just like boxing and they don't give a damn who's fighting.
I mean, I'm gonna be at work anyway, so I'll be listening to Doug Rightside call the fight if he's gonna call it. So I wasn't gonna be able to watch it anyway. I mean, I can watch it, but from my phone, I'm not ordering the fight from my phone. I'll be streaming it from my phone.
Yeah, I'm not. It's gonna be it's like I said, it's gonna be a quiet week for me. Um, I might check something Friday if there's a DAZN fight Friday. That's the most I can do. Nobody has money just to be pulling out their ass for all this, and I'm sure not pulling it out. I'm sure not for Saturday's joint. I'm definitely not doing that.
See, this is what I be talking about. People be having select outrage because
Yeah.
when it's they be having select outrage because when it's PBC putting on these pay per views, oh, all PBC fights is always pay per views, always pay per views. Well, what about everybody else that's putting on pay per views? Eddie Hearn put on pay per views left and right. Golden Boys put on pay per views left and right because
Uh-huh.
they're with Turkey and Turkey's putting on pay per view. I think Turkey put on one free card. Everything else was all pay per views.
Yeah.
So you got these guys putting on pay per views. I don't hear nobody complaining. Oh well, it's only $40. It doesn't matter. It's a pay per view. You already
Doesn't
paying
matter.
a monthly subscription, and then you got to pay for the fight on top of that. It's the same thing with
I mean,
Amazon. You pay a monthly subscription, and then you got to pay for pay per view on top of that. Well, Amazon is charging you $80. The Zone is only charging you 40. Well, they should be charging you 40 because their fight cards be trash. They should charge you 40.
oh man, can't make this up, man. People don't care. People just want to pay for it just so they can be able to say that they saw it, so they can have a reason to argue with you when you talking boxing. A lot of these dudes, man, are just telling you because even when they watch it, they didn't watch it because when they start talking, you like, did you watch? Did you watch the fight? Yeah, I ordered it. No, you couldn't have because some of the shit you saying, I don't know what fight you was watching. You must have been in the middle of talking because I don't know what points you trying to make. Oh, yeah, I know, Cam. I ain't looking at that. It's quiet. It's quiet. I'm not really into nothing that dude does. I respect him as being a promoter, and that's just about it. But all the other stuff, man, I ain't interested in that shit. I'm good. I respect what he does with the women, and that's cool. I got to give him that. I can't hate on him. But other than that, I don't care nothing about none of that shit.
Yeah.
Shouts to everybody who's ordering it. Order it, enjoy watching it. I ain't gonna tell you not to order it. Order it, enjoy watching it, but don't bring your ass up Saturday night or Monday morning complaining. If
I
somebody's
mean,
so thirsty to say, "Oh man, that's trash."
no, I mean, to be honest with you, do you expect Jake Paul and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. to be a good fight? If you say yes, then you just expect anything
Yo,
because
he
I
can't.
don't. I mean, this man, Julio Cesar Chavez hasn't looked good since his debut as a pro boxer.
Cam said these dudes be highlight watchers. Yeah, they do be highlight watchers. Swear to God, they do. They arguing with you about a fight. I said highlights only tell bits and pieces of what happened.
Yeah,
I seen the highlights. That's the highlights, you dummy.
they do be highlight watching. That's why I asked them what happened at 2 minutes and 29 seconds of round number six. Like what?
Want to see kid after Yo, he said, what? Yo,
What
shut
happened
up.
at 2 minutes and 29 seconds of round number six? Man, I don't know. We'll go back and watch it.
Or go back and watch it. Yeah, Cam. Yeah, Cam. Hey, Cam. I ain't gonna lie. I want to see that too. That kid Austin and Tevin Farmer got me curious. But yeah,
No,
they be sitting there. They be sitting. You can't even ask them what happened in the first 2 minutes and 29 seconds. They can't tell you. Oh, I don't know. Or he was beating them to the body. Like, no, you don't even know what you're talking about. Shut up. This is why I be like, I leave no space to go back and forth with you idiots.
I don't know what happened at 2 minutes and 29 seconds of round number six. Well, if you don't know, you'll know that he got his mouthpiece knocked out of the ring, and the referee had to climb out the ring and go get the mouthpiece.
Like
You
I'm
wouldn't know
talking to
that
this
because you was
one.
only watching highlights.
Like I'm talking to this one dude about the Africa and George Kimball. I said, so what happened? He said, man, George seemed to be doing good until he got caught. I said, man, get the fuck out of here. You ain't watched the fight, man. That's exactly what I told him, Free.
I,
I said, you gonna tell me and I
I
was
said in
there?
a heartbeat. Yeah, I see the fight. I said in a heartbeat. I didn't see the fight. I saw a couple of the highlights. I ain't see it. I missed
You
that.
you you
I
you
I,
you
I
gonna
didn't say that plenty of times.
I told him you gonna tell me you gonna stand in my face and lie to me about that dog when I was there live on the balcony with the media watching it? You gonna sit there and tell me that George was doing good until he got caught to the body? Man, get out my face, man. Don't talk to me, man. Get out my face. And then he says, you know what? I'm gonna go back and watch it. Man, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
You
Get
gonna
out of
go? You ain't gonna go back and watch it. You gonna go watch it. You ain't gonna go back and watch it. I'm gonna go back and watch. No, how about you just watch it? Don't go back and watch it. Just go watch it. Cause you ain't do that. You didn't do that the first time. Just go watch it.
Yo, Cam. I have no room for these dudes, man. These dudes just want to be a part of a fucking conversation, just to be a. This is the dudes that you know what these dudes are on here. These are dudes that always wanted to be a part of the popular kids in school, but never could be because they just
Yeah,
they
to the dudes, everybody be talking. He be like, yeah, y'all remember when that? But no, no, we don't. No,
yo,
we don't remember
like
that.
yo, y'all be saying the most. Like I'd be like, if I listen, free. If I didn't see something, I didn't see it. If there's a fighter out there that you might know about that I don't know, don't look at me crazy if you ask me about a fighter and I say, I don't know. But how you don't know about him? Because I don't fucking know about him. But I ain't gonna sit here lie to you, Free, and say,
You
yeah, Free, I
don't
know
like Kevin
about him.
Hart. I gotta see it. I gotta see it. Let me see it. I gotta
I ain't
see
gonna sit. Like these dudes want you to lie to them for their comfortability. I'm not doing that. If there's a fighter I don't know about, if there's a ring announcer I don't know about, a referee, a judge, whatever, don't look at me crazy like how you don't know. Boxing's a very big community, a small community at the same time because you don't know who. But it's a big ass community where it's like you ain't gonna know everybody.
it. Yeah. I tell you, you know how be. I don't know about their name. Let me see their face. I might have seen them fight before because I just
I
don't
might have
recognize the
seen them.
name.
I
A
might
lot
have
of
seen
times I
them.
watch fight and I don't pay attention to the names. I just be watching people fight. I don't be looking at the names. Sometimes I can't even pronounce the name. So if you saying
No,
the name, if I don't know how to pronounce it, you saying the name, I'm not gonna know because I don't
I went to
know how to pronounce the name.
when I went to the Danny Garcia show, there was only two fighters out that whole damn show I knew.
No, I just got finished
Two
watching.
fighters I knew out that whole show.
Not just got finished watching. It was I think maybe last week or the week before last. I was literally in the house watching a fight card and because me and my wife was in the house, she took the day off, so she didn't have to go to work, so it wasn't nobody on YouTube or anything like that. So I'm sitting in the house watching a fight card. I don't know who the hell these niggas was fighting, but it was a couple of interesting fights up there. I don't know who the hell they are though. Never heard their name before. Don't even know how to pronounce their name, but it was a couple of interesting ones up there. I was like, oh damn, dude doing this thing. Okay, okay. My wife was like, who is that? I don't know. Well, why are you watching? Because it's a fight.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only way you're gonna get to know a fighter is by watching them, even if it's your first time. So now when he comes up again, you go, "Oh, I seen him fight before a couple times."
Yeah,
That's why it'd be
that
so
like
important.
they literally be like, "Free, you ever seen this dude before?" I be like, "Oh yeah, I did see. I seen it. He fought on such and such. He pretty decent. Or this nigga trash. He trash. I seen him fight. This dude is trash. He gonna get beat up.
Yeah, like that's why it's so important that I go watch the amateurs. And somebody will go, "You ever watched him before? Watch her before?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I watched her before. She pretty good. He pretty dope. Watch him. Stay."
Matter of fact,
Yeah.
I give you a perfect example of guys who I really don't watch like that. And I might have seen maybe two fights of his entire career. Raymond Ford. I seen maybe two fights. I don't watch him like that. I've never actually sat down and watched a Raymond Ford fight like that. I might have seen two
So
fights
you so
out of his entire career.
would it be safe to say you will watch more of Shushu fights than Raymond
Oh,
Ford?
most definitely. I seen more Shushu, more Troy Isley, more Tiger
What about
Johnson.
what about Oshaki Foster when he
I
does
seen
fight?
more. I seen more Oshaki Foster fights than I seen of Raymond Ford. I literally might have seen maybe two fights from Raymond Ford. I don't watch him like that. Like he doesn't pop up on my radar. And say, "Oh, I gotta watch him fight." I
Is
very
it, some-
rarely
is it,
know
some,
when he's about to fight.
is it something about him, or you
No,
just don't watch him? He doesn't entertain you.
no, I don't. I don't watch him because nobody ever talks about Raymond Ford. Like I don't know when his fight is coming up. Like I've
Do
never
you?
sat there and said, "Oh, Raymond Ford fighting this weekend." I never heard
But do,
that.
you- but do, but do, but do you think that's the problem sometimes? I mean, people are allowed to talk about who they want to, but we always seem to talk about the popular fighters. Do you think that that's the problem sometimes in these conversations where we need to talk about fighters that people are not talking about, even if they're not fighting? Does it become a, you know what? Let's talk about this guy more because I need to know more about him, or people just be like, you know what? I'm not interested in him. He ain't fighting nobody I know. I'm not interested in him. So you know what? Let's just stay talking about the fighters that we're familiar with.
I mean, I think it's a little bit of both. I think some people just don't talk about fighters for whatever reason. Some people don't talk about fighters that they don't know who they fighting, and then some people just not on the radar. They're just not on the radar.
Yeah.
Like Raymond Ford is not on my radar. I hear people say little bits and pieces about Raymond Ford, but it's usually him saying stuff about other people. It's never I want to see Raymond Ford in a fight with this person. I don't hear his name in those conversations. Like
Yeah.
when we say at 130, who y'all want to see fight? Raymond Ford might get mentioned last. I hear other people talk about other fighters. Raymond Ford name might get mentioned last. And the fight that I watched from Raymond Ford was the fight that he had with the little small dude. What's his name? Nick Ball. I seen him fight Nick
Nick
Ball.
Ball. Yeah, Nick Ball.
I seen him fight Nick Ball, and I seen him fight somebody else.
Yeah, he fought
I
somebody else
I didn't.
recently.
Yeah, I didn't even see that because I think he was like the first fight of the card, and I didn't even get a chance to watch it because when I turned it on, he had already fought. That's
I,
another thing.
I
He
believe,
fights
if I'm
so
not,
early in his he fights so early in the card that sometimes I just miss his fights.
I believe he's at 26, 30, 26. I
Huh?
think. I believe he's at 26. As I know, he was
I think he's at 30 now. He was at 26, but he lost to Nick Ball, and I think he moved up after he lost to Nick Ball.
he's at 30. Okay,
Yeah, I think
I
he's
thought
at
it was
30
something
now.
like that.
I know
Okay,
I know he was a champion at 26, but and like even at 26, I never heard nobody say they want to see Nick Ball versus daggone Rafael Espinoza or that what's the dude that Rafael beat for the Robisi. I never heard nobody say they want to see Raymond Ford versus Robisi or anybody like that. I never even heard them say they want to see
what?
Raymond Ford versus Shushu until recently.
Oh, Cam, thanks for putting that out there, brother. Okay, thanks for putting that out there. Oh shit, Dillian White card, man. Dylan White need to sit his ass.
No, that's another person
Same
that I
that
don't hear
KO
nobody talking
Joe.
about Dillian White. I think I might have seen two of Dillian White fights.
Hey Cam, you a wild boy, man.
Actually, yeah, I seen two of Dillian White's fights, and I seen one highlight from Dillian White. All three of them ended the same way. He got caught with an uppercut and went to sleep.
I'll never watch him. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. I would never
All,
pay. I wouldn't watch him for free. Shit, that's how bad it is.
all three of them ended the same way. This man got caught with an uppercut and went to sleep.
I wouldn't watch that dude for free. There's certain dudes I wouldn't even bother to sit down and have a bag of popcorn and nothing to watch. Yeah, thanks for that, Cam, because I didn't August 16th. Damn, that's the same day of my gathering. But that's also damn, that's crazy. Because that's the same day of Tank and Lamar rematch. Well, you know what we gonna be
Supposed
free.
to be.
Me and you said supposed to be?
Yeah, I mean they haven't announced it yet, but that's supposed to be the day.
Well, I'm hoping that is this because if it is, I'm out here looking at a bar right now. So listen, we got to get that. We hoping to get that going. But yeah, Raymond Ford is son. You know he alright to me. I like him. I like him.
I mean to be honest with you, I haven't seen enough of him to say whether I like him or I don't like him.
Do you think sometimes fighters put it on themselves where um well, you know, you can blame them, but then sometimes you got to blame either the manager or the promoter or the matchmaker, whoever takes care of the fight. Sometimes it's bad promotion for them. They're not as active as they should be. They're waiting for a certain fight to happen. Like it's. I mean, who do you blame for it sometimes? Because I think sometimes these fighters want to be in that position where they're known, and it's not just about fighting for belts or fighting for the money. They want people to know them. They want to be able to go somewhere and not have people sweat them, but people go, "Yo, that's Raymond Ford." You know, and there's only going to be a small portion of people that's going to go somewhere. That when these fighters go somewhere, fans are going to recognize who they are. Like if a dude is in, like if Tank Davis is in 42nd Street, it's not too many people that's gonna walk by and not notice that it's Tank. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody, a couple people
Yeah,
gonna be like, "Oh shit, that's Devontae Tank Davis." You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, and Teofimo Lopez can walk down 42nd.
Right.
Rather, somebody gonna notice them three. If you in that boxing community or whatever, or you just a fan, you're gonna say, "Oh shit!" But there's certain fighters that walk the streets and nobody knows who they are. It's crazy. And then some of them get mad. How you not gonna know who I am? You don't know who I am? I'm such and such. But if you're not out there like that and you're not staying as active enough, and if you out there with opponents that people are not familiar with or don't know shit about, I mean, who's to blame for it, Free? You know what I mean? So certain fighters can't get upset about it.
I
Bad
mean,
promotion.
I don't care if I know you or not. I mean, if we don't know you, we don't know you. You ain't no a celebrity, nigga. You ain't Floyd Mayweather. You ain't
Yeah,
Sugar Ray
yeah.
Leonard. You ain't Muhammad Ali. If we don't know you, we don't know you. You just gonna get mad for? What you gonna whoop my ass because I don't know you? Nope. I
Yeah,
don't know you.
yeah.
It's simple as that.
Because and that's not just with boxing. That's in being famous. Period. Some rappers go through it. Some movie stars go through it where they could be somewhere and somebody go, "Oh, wow, I ain't never heard of him." And then you got some that try to hide their identity and they go, "Oh, that's Samuel L. Jackson." You know what I'm saying? Certain people, and some people are cool with not being noticed because they don't want the attention. And then you got dudes that be like, "Yo, Free, man, I just walked the whole 42nd Street, Free. Not one person noticed me, Free. I don't think people know who I am."
No, I mean, remember the dude? Remember the dude from Joanna, man?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when I had my oldest son, I was down Times Square. You know how Times Square they always do like that the little farmers market in the middle
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Times Square. We was
yeah.
down there walking around. I had my son in the stroller and I'm pushing him around or whatever. He walked up. He like, oh, that's a pretty little young lady. I was like, no, that's a boy. They were like, oh, he's handsome because my son had his hair braided back, and
Yeah.
so he was like, oh, my bad. I apologize. He's handsome. And I was like, no problem. And I'm looking, I was like, oh, ain't you dude that playing Juana, man? He like, yeah. And so he signed my son's stroller. He autographed my son's stroller because we ain't had no paper or nothing on him. And so he autographed my son's stroller or whatever. And then he walked on, he walked down the little farmer's market was buying
Uh,
stuff. Ain't nobody said nothing to him. They didn't know who he was. They were just like,
uh,
okay.
yeah. Like Cam said, dudes don't know how to promote they because when you start getting upset, I'm not saying somebody has done it, but when you start getting upset that you're not being known and people are not familiar with you, who is to blame? Who's to blame for that? You know what I'm saying? And
It's your promotional
like
company to blame.
especially when you're in a place like New York City and you walking down 42nd. First of all, if you really known like that, you ain't walking dolo. Some people ain't doing it. Like I remember
Um,
being in 42nd and seeing Tracy Morgan. And shit tripped me out, right? Because peep this. Tracy was in his car. He just be happy to run through 42nd. People seen him. It was so many people running up to his car. Well, just imagine if Tracy wasn't known. If nobody didn't know him or knew what he looked like. He'd have been able to sit there and have two damn hot dogs and a hamburger and probably walk all through 42nd all day and nobody would know. But I think it's just, for some of these dudes that they want to be known. They want to be known like Muhammad Ali and Floyd and Tyson, but it's just the promotion, man. It's just I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know
I
what to
mean,
say about
to
it.
be honest with you, New York is one of those places they used to send celebrities, so they're not gonna really trip anyway.
No, they're not going to trip anyway. You got the people. Well, and it depends on who we talking about because I know from sure for here we don't really trip over seeing New York people, like famous New York people. Depends on who you talk about. When we get a lot of out of town famous people, oh, we gonna lose our doggone mind. We
Yeah,
go
like
crazy.
I remember the first time I saw Vanessa Williams. I was working at Sam Goody. Vanessa Williams walked in that joint. I was like, "Oh shit, that's Vanessa Williams." They was like, "Man, she come in here all the time." I was like, y'all see her all the time. This is the first time I ever seen her in person. They're like, man, she come in
Yeah,
all the time. She come in like once a month. I
yeah.
was like, oh shit. So I went to go help her out. And then I'm sitting there helping her. She was talking all crazy. I was like, hold up. Bitch, you ain't that motherfucker.
Wait, hold on, time out. She was talking spicy to you?
Yeah, she was like, yeah, can you? She's like, I need you to go get this. I was like, yeah, I was like, so where you want me to put him at? Just hold him until I tell you to put him. So I was like, bitch, you ain't all that cute, motherfucker. I was like,
That's why a lot of these dudes you see
man,
that
hold
work
up.
in that's why a lot of
Hey,
the dudes that work downtown in Manhattan that work in certain buildings where they see famous people come,
one of y'all
they be
gotta
like, I
come get
don't give
these
a shit
joints.
about them.
They were like, I was like, hey, one of y'all gotta come get these damn CDs. She ain't gonna be talking to me like that. They were like, no, they were like, you what? I was like, I said, she got one more time. I'm dropping all these joints right here on the floor and
Yeah,
I'm
because I don't
walking out.
want famous or no famous, you gonna respect me. I don't give a damn who you are, and how long you been famous, and how much music and movies you done did. At the end of
At
the
the
day, it's a respect thing. You gonna respect
at
me.
the time, I was like, what, 22, 23 years old?
Oh,
I
you was young and you was a hothead.
was like,
Nah,
look, bitch, you ain't all that.
nah, you was
She
young.
was like,
You was
she said,
young.
hold them until I tell you where to put them at. I was like,
Like, who you talking to?
I literally said it out loud. I was like, bitch, you ain't all that. What is this talking about? Hold it. I said, hey, can one of y'all come get these? They were like, nah, you. I said, all right, I'm about to drop these joints. She gonna be picking them up off the floor. I said, y'all better come get it. She looked at him. She was like, he is rude. I said, no, you rude. And I put the joints there. And ever since then,
Yeah.
I ain't never like went to
How am
nothing
I
since.
rude because you are who you are and I'm supposed to bow down to you? Like, nah, I don't listen. I don't give a damn about what you talking about.
That was right around the time that she was dealing with Rick Fox. It was right around that time she was dealing with Rick Fox.
Oh,
Because
so
Rick
yeah,
Fox, I had ended up seeing Rick Fox maybe a couple of weeks later because I was working at Dr. Produce. It's a gourmet restaurant, and he came in there. But when he came in, he didn't look like the Rick Fox that y'all see on TV with the hair all slicked back and everything. His joint was looking nappy as head. That nigga got a process in his head. He got a process in his head.
yo, stop, free, stop,
I'm being
free.
honest. I'm dead serious. The nigga hair look like yours. That joint was not slick back. He was not a pimp named Slickback. That nigga, that nigga was Roscoe. That nigga
Yo,
he
it
had
was
a
pretty
hood on with some
stupid.
sunglasses. He had a hood on with some sunglasses. That nigga name was Roscoe that day. He was not a pimp named
He was
Slickback.
trying to he was trying to hide out, like he didn't want people noticing him. At this
He
time, who's
forgot
he
that
playing? At this time, who's he playing for?
he was playing with the Lakers. He was
Oh
with the
yeah,
Lakers.
so oh
It was
yeah.
this was during the summer. This was after the season was over with. So he came on this side of town because he was dealing with him and Vivica. I mean, him and Vanessa Wynn was married. So he came to the East Coast to be with Vanessa.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember that time. I forgot they dealt with each other. Shit. I totally
Yeah.
forgot about that. Back right there.
Now
I totally forgot about that.
I know the only person I've ever been starstruck from, and I didn't seen DMX, I didn't seen Jada Kiss and all of them. I didn't seen a lot of rappers on not an everyday basis, but on a regular basis. I've seen a lot of rappers on a regular basis living in New York. But the only one that I was starstruck from was when I saw Michael Jordan. When I saw him, I was starstruck.
Um,
I was like a little kid at the candy store. Like
I'm trying to think.
I've
I'm
seen
trying to
nothing
think.
like that in my life.
I'm trying to think. Was there ever a moment where I was like, um, I think when I first saw Floyd, when Stephen A. Smith had the show, quite frankly, and this is just after he fought Zab Judah, which I don't know why Stephen A. Smith ain't never keep that show, because quite frankly, it was a show that I liked. I liked that show. But he had bought Floyd up there. This is right after Floyd beat Zab, and I remember he came in the crowd and he came and signed autographs. And I had been watching Floyd. I was a big, still a big fan of him. But when I saw that, that's probably for me. I was starstruck. But in this city, you'll see everything, man. This is a
Yeah.
city that 24/7, 3 in the morning, you could see a celebrity. You could be going to a 7-Eleven and they got a hoodie on their glasses, hoping that you don't
They
notice
might
them.
not want. They might not want you to see them because what they doing, but you can see
Exactly,
them.
exactly,
Oh, but yeah,
exactly.
I
They
think
it, it,
like
it happens, but far as these dudes not being noticed the way they would probably like to, or some of them just don't care. Some of them will tell you, I don't care if I don't get noticed, as long as I get to this money. I mean, if
I
that's how
think
you think, then fine.
I think Michael Jordan might have been the biggest celebrity that I've ever
Yeah, it's hard to top
literally
that. It's
that
hard
I
to top
ever
that.
yeah like I literally shook his hand because I was when I like I said I was working at Dr. Produce and him and what's his name Rashad him and Rashad are real cool.
Oh,
The dude that
Mark Rashad.
Amar Rashad,
Yeah,
him and
yeah,
Amar
yeah, yeah,
Rashad is
yeah,
real cool.
yeah. Shit.
Amar
Yeah.
Rashad used to come in there all the time, so I'm used to seeing Amar Rashad. I help him take the stuff to his car because he would get stuff catered all the time. So we'll make some
Oh,
food for him and put it in his trunk. And so I used to help him all the time. So this one particular time he ordered his food like he normally do, but he ordered a big order because he was having a big celebrity party at his house. So I was helping him take the food out, and you know how you got a plate or a tray in your hand, and you lean your back onto the door and turn to go out the door. So I
yeah.
I did that to open up the door, and I went to turn, and I had my head down watching the food, make sure it didn't spill. And Michael Jordan bumped me, but I didn't know who it was. But he bumped me. I was like, "Dang, you can't see I'm sitting here carrying this tray. You can say excuse me." And I looked up. I was like, "Oh shit, it's Mike." And
He-
when I said it's Mike, nigga, kids from out of nowhere came running across the street. Like I didn't see none of these kids when I was taking the stuff to the daggone trunk the first time. Like the
yeah.
streets was empty. You seen cars coming down, but you ain't seen nobody walking on the street. When I said, "Oh shit, it's Mike," man, about 80 kids came from out of nowhere. I was like, "Damn, where the fuck all these kids come from?" Like they just came running out of nowhere. And he was sitting there
Oh
signing
man, that
autographs and everything.
listen, it be like that sometimes. You can get starstruck, man. But a lot of these dudes gotta, to keep your image or to keep people knowing who you are. If you want people to know, especially when you're in celebrity status, the promotion got to be better than what it is, man. That's why it's important sometimes to talk about either a rapper or a movie star or a ball player, a football player, a baseball player, or a boxer that nobody knows about. And then they go, well, we never heard of him, because we have to get out this comfortability of just staying with who we know. Because eventually who you know is not going to be anymore. Literally, they're going to go on, they're going to retire, they're going to go find something else to do. And then you got the next class coming in. So, that's why when I go to the amateurs and I'm in that scene, it's so important for people to know who an amateur is now, because in 3 years, 4 years, when he go pro, somebody's gonna, oh yeah, that's the dude that C was telling us about 4 years ago, and look at him now. So, it's important, man. Promotion is very important, and that's why I love doing what I do. When you see me tag stuff up on Instagram, a lot of times we're trying to put people on with stuff or put them on with somebody that they're not familiar with. But yeah, I'm hoping to see this this fight with Victor and Boots, and I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of fights in the near future. I'm not rushing. Some people are rushing fights. You don't give somebody what they want now, they're gonna have a temper tantrum. Um, but I'm not doing that. I'm letting nature take its course. I think that's the best way to do it. And
Yeah.
just to see how the rest of this year plays out. This year has not been a bad year. I'm not going to sit here and complain like, yo, this year was trash. Um, it wasn't trash to me. Might have been trash to some of y'all because some of y'all are still crying for fights from freaking 4 years ago that just not going to happen. If it didn't happen now, it might not. Everything takes time. And we'll just see how it
Yep.
plays out. That's all we got to do. We just see how things play out, man. I'm not tripping about nothing, man. You know what I
Well,
mean? We'll see how all this goes. 54 is going to be great. Um, I started to do something about Brian Norman, but I'm gonna wait to do that. I'm gonna wait to host that. But we are doing something Thursday, y'all. Throwback Thursday. Emmanuel Augustus. We will be doing that. The Drunken Master. Throwback Thursday. So in case some of y'all feel like y'all don't want to talk about this week's fights, if some of y'all are not interested in talking about that, then that's cool. Come get some of this throwback smoke.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of throwback smoke.
I'm gonna come back with it probably. I'm probably gonna come back with it 2 times Thursday. I'm gonna probably come back. I'm gonna do one Thursday morning, and then I might find somebody Thursday afternoon to get into. I'm trying to get the watch hours up, but it's not. It's not easy for you sometimes. When you got so much shit that you're trying to do. Uh, you know, you're trying to make space for it. So that's what I'm trying to do. What I don't want to do is use my StreamYard up because I think the problem is when I use my StreamYard up, I always got to wait to the 15th of the next month to get back on StreamYard. So I'm gonna take it a little easy with my StreamYard.
When you say you use your StreamYard up, what are you talking about?
Where they said they be like I went over my time. That's what they be telling me. Well, either I gotta pay or I could wait to restore it and wait to the next month where I can go on free again.
Oh, I didn't know that is even possible because
Yeah. How you think I keep getting on here? I ain't paying for this shit. They do it to me all the time, man. 15th. Like if I use it up now, so now I have to wait till the 15th of July. So I'm like, you know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop using my shit up. But I needed some time if I'm having guests. That's why I be telling people when they be like, I'll be like, look, I don't have time to be going live on StreamYard to be wasting my StreamYard. If I'm gonna use it, it needs to be useful. I'm not gonna have it up here. So because when I look at guys that pay for it, if they paying for it, I'm like, man, if you paying for this, right? Whatever you doing, if you still use the StreamYard, that's your business. But make sure, I don't care what you're using, make sure it's worth it. Make sure you're not having people come up here and just waste your time because nobody has time for that. And then next thing you know, you look
mm,
up, you got to wait till the next month to use it. But then when you look at all the time you was using it, you was doing nothing with it for real. And you like, yo, if you're going to waste it, or I don't want to say waste it, if you're going to use it up, make sure whatever you're doing is worth it. Like your guests, your topics, make sure it's worth it. Don't be up here just doing dumb shit where you like, now I could have been doing this. Now I got to possibly wait till next month to do this because if I'm not going on Instagram to do this chop up and I want to do it on YouTube, I either got to go to the person to do it or I have to wait till they restore my StreamYard to do it again. So make sure y'all just getting y'all shit worth something, man. Don't be up here just doing anything because it's a waste.
yeah, yeah.
That's why I be strict on like, nah, man. You ain't finna come up here to my show and cause all this shit, and then next thing you know, my whole shit is used up, and now, like, so if I used it up for the 15th of July, now I gotta wait till the 15th of August, which wouldn't be too bad because the next day is the gathering. But who wants to do that? I'm not trying to do all that.
Uh, you know, they put your ass on restriction. No,
Because I'm not paying.
you
I'm
talk
not.
too much
Dog.
this month.
Yeah, that's basically what. Or you know what they say? You used I guess they try to say you use your time up more than anybody, and I'm like, well, whatever. How they put it, I'm not saying exactly, but they're just saying like you went over your StreamYard limit. That's how they put it. You went over your StreamYard limit.
They got you on prepaid.
I mean, it's cool.
I'm about to say, I'm like, stream y'all, hold up, dog. You ain't gonna put me on no goddamn prepaid, dog. I'm a
You
grown
know
ass
what?
man,
I'm,
dog.
I'm, 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 you know what? Because in order for me to put my Instagram and YouTube together, it's like now they want you to pay for a plan, and I'm like, yeah, I could do that, but I ain't doing that because I don't have it like that where I'm about to do all that with y'all. So I'm good at just doing what I do. That's why some days, if I don't want to be on YouTube, I'm gonna take my ass over to the gram, and if I don't want to be over the gram, I'm gonna come back over this way. Either way, people gonna see me. So I always
Mm,
tell people if you ain't subscribed to the channel, that's your business. You know what I mean? Somebody be like, yo, we ain't seen you. You ain't seen me because you ain't coming to the channel. Don't wait for me to come on the gram all the time because I'm not gonna do that all the time.
yeah.
If you know I got a
Hell,
channel and you ain't coming over, then that's your business. That sounds like a you problem.
you want me to come on the ground, but your ass ain't coming on the tube.
Man, you know what? People are funny, free. We this ain't nothing new. For the last 4 or 5 years, me and you have been talking, all of us, we all noticed that a lot of these people are not who they say they are. They're not who they
Yeah.
say they are, man. And soon as you ain't having the topics they want you to have, or you ain't whatever. People are funny. I don't expect support from people who that don't fuck with me like that. I don't expect it. I really don't expect it. But they also can't expect me to support them when it's time for when it's time for them to get some shit going. They know I'm not coming their way. That's why my gathering. A lot of
True
people,
that.
a lot of people either I took their invites back from them or they never would get an invite. Because I'm like, I don't fool with you. As soon as you hear there's a barbecue, oh yeah, I'll pop up for that. Why? Because you think you're gonna pop up and eat up everything? Nah, quiet. My
I pop up to the barbecue. No, my brother, you gotta get your own.
Yeah, no, my brother, you got to get your own. I always told him my anniversary, but that barbecue was for my supporters, the people who have took the time to. I don't care if it was Instagram or YouTube or Facebook. They took the time to come through and kick it with me when they have lives, they have families, they got wives, they got husbands, they got children, they got people to take care of, and they could take the time to come and support me. That's why my barbecue is for them. It ain't for all you people coming through to be nosy. Well, I don't watch him, and I really don't care about what he's talking about. But I am more interested in knowing where's that barbecue located because I love to pull up. What?
I know you love to pull up, but I love to tell you no.
Like you can't make this up, man. Dudes, like I said, you start finding out. And I was telling Underrated this. You start really finding out who people are. And when you in this boxing industry and you in this YouTube shit, it's a lot of weirdos, man. It's a lot of weirdos, free.
Oh, I already know.
They
I was
weirdos, and
telling
they
I
and
was
they,
telling you that before you got up here.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But you start to find out how weird people really are, though, man. You really find that out how weird and strange people are. Even the people you used to be cool with, or even the people you were never cool with, they all got something in common. They are weird as hell. Weird.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
see nobody
yes,
really trying
sir.
to uplift. You don't see nobody trying to uplift everybody. You just see everybody tearing somebody down. Shit is crazy to me. But
Yeah,
you know what?
you get a lot of that.
Like Conor Loco, I'm gonna call him too. I want to call him
Mm. Kind of
because
local think he slick. He think he
nah,
gonna leave all. He think he gonna leave all the widows to me. It ain't happening, my brother.
no, no, my brother, you got to get your own. um, but free, did it ever feel like that to you?
What?
You had a moment when you sat and thought about it, and you were like, you know what, man, fuck this YouTube shit.
Nah. I never got to that because I don't let nobody get me like that. Like I'm not that type of individual that I let people bother me to where I'm like, dog, you know what? I don't even want to do this no more. I don't do that. I'm more so the person that will look at YouTube and be like, y'all niggas is tripping out here.
Yeah.
I'm yeah, I don't let stuff like that get to me. I'm too
I think.
busy in my own lane setting up, getting stuff ready for me to do because I like I said, I got videos and stuff I gotta do myself. That's why I said I'm just gonna focus on football because with me focusing on football, it's it's a little bit easier. It's less stressful with me having to worry about people getting their feelings. You don't care about if you get mad because I say this about your team. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at your team for being sorry. Don't get mad at me. That's your
Yeah.
team fault for your team being that daggone sorry. I'm just letting you know that they sorry.
Yeah, man. I just be looking at it like, yo, y'all dudes, man. So, uh, I'm hoping, like I said, I'm gonna call Pano because it could get to that point where you start feeling like that. I felt like that, but then I said I'm not gonna let them win because you only doing like no matter how much of a great man Kano is and you are, there's people who want to see y'all go away. There's people who want to see me go away. Um, because we can't be told what to do. You can't control us. There's nothing that you can say to us. We here. We not going nowhere. But there's people who, no matter how much of the supporters we got, you still have somebody out there that's just be like, yo, go away. I can't stand this dude for whatever reason. We can't let those people win because now the conversation becomes is if I knew all it took to get him to go away was to say that, I would have been did it.
Yeah.
Or somebody go, damn, how free just up and leave like that. Now you get all types of phone calls and people calling you like, if there's any time where you could just fall back from this YouTube and never do it again, I start to question how much you loved it in the beginning. Because even though things happen in life, ask yourself this question: how much did you really love it? Because you don't have to be a part of what's going on here. Oh, this is all they talk about. They talk about the same thing in boxing. You don't have to be a part of that. If you're a part of it, it's because you choose to be. You don't have to be a part of it. So you telling me because of all that is going on, you can't take it. So you leave. I don't have to be a part of that. I come on here and talk about the birds and the bees for 3 hours if I choose to, and I wouldn't care who said I'm not interested in what he's saying. Let me go to the next channel. All right, bye. Go. Go. Because nobody's forcing you to be here. But I want everybody to ask themselves this question. If you leave, how important was this to you in the beginning? Or is it not a YouTube thing? Is it something that you're going through personally in your life that's interfering with you doing this? Now that's something different. That's something different. Yo, I need to step back. I got a lot of personal shit going on in my family that is going to hinder me from doing this. But if you just speaking on some YouTube shit, oh man, you can't walk away from this. These people are going to be what they be. The trolls are going to be the trolls. The content creators are going to be the content creators. It is what it is. I call them content creators for some of them, but it's going to be what it's going to be. But if you love this as much as y'all say y'all do, and y'all want to make a living off this and provide for your family and put them in places y'all can take trips and go places that y'all can only imagine going off this YouTube shit if you're doing it the right way. But just to walk away from it because you feel like, yo, I can't take these dudes. I'm tired of getting into debates with these dudes. If you getting into a debate, it's because you choose to. You don't have to. Nobody's putting a gun in your head and tell you that. Nobody puts a gun in Deep Free head and tells him that he has to debate. If he debates, it's because he chooses to. We don't have to do anything in here. We got one
True.
job. We got one job on here. That's all we got. We got one job. You control your job. not the trolls, not the other content creators. Nobody controls what you do. So for all you up and coming creators, be mindful of that. I can't take it. These dudes is too much. These trolls too much. Yeah, they are. And I don't pay no attention to none of them. That's why I don't time none of them out. I block their ass. Because you don't belong here. It's that simple, y'all. I don't see what the problem is. You know how many people don't want to see me up here? You know how many people will probably say when I see him in person, I'm gonna whoop his ass? Yeah, it sound good. Sound good. I promise you, you gonna keep it as a thought. Because in real life, I ain't got time for that. That's not why I became a content creator.
I ain't got time for that.
Y'all be turning this shit into smack DVD and all that. Like it don't even be that serious. Hey, free. They be turning this shit into smack DVD out here. I'm like, bro, it ain't that serious. It's not that
No,
serious.
it ain't that serious at
It
all.
ain't that serious. It ain't that serious. Create content. That's all you got to do. Create content. If you
I'm
doing that, you have nothing to worry about.
I'm sitting up here making a daggone thumbnail right now.
What you got going on for the night? Ah, I will be there. In the words of Michael Jackson, I'll be there. I will be
Yeah.
there tonight. You doing that with Thomas?
No, this is Dub Right Side. Thomas,
Ah,
Thomas. I've been trying to get Thomas to come on, but his ass be at work all the goddamn time.
yeah, Thomas working like I told Thomas, man. I said, man, you need your own radio station because the way you work like a dog, but Thomas is one of those that he need his own. He's a boss. So to see him having to work for somebody, I mean, you got to do what you got to do in life. We all got to do what we got to do to get to where we need to be. But I pray to God that man ends up with his own radio station or some. He need to be in some type of position where it belongs to him because in real life he's a boss.
Yeah, that nigga, that nigga Thomas need to break his ankle for a couple of weeks. So, I sit here trying to get shows with Thomas. This nigga don't never be available.
Wait, he need to break his ankle.
Hey, hold up,
He need to break his ankle.
hold up. I'm trying to say.
I was happy to see him at the fight, at Africa fight, because from then I ain't seen him. Only time I see him was on here, so that was the first time I seen Thomas in a minute. We were so happy to see each other because we ain't, like I said, I call him all the time, or and that's about it. But as far as seeing each other, we ain't seen each other in a minute, so it was great to see, and I'm hoping I'll catch him again. I'll be trying to get him to come out for these amateur fights, man. Word up. I
Mm,
be wanting him to come out for them. Him, Johnny Boy Boxing. I be wanting a lot of them to come out for these amateur shows, man. But it's hard to get a lot of them out there, man. A lot of them are working hard. So I know when the time is right, I'll see them though. But shout out to all my brothers out there, Johnny Boy Boxing, AG Boxing Corner, Greg Hackett, YSM, Four Corners Boxing, my BX brothers. Y'all know what it is. All the females out there that's doing their thing. Y'all know what it is, man. You know what I mean? All of y'all out there, I love y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up. I ain't gonna try to put in 2 hours. I'm gonna wrap this up and get up out of here, get my day started. Well, never mind. My brother Freeze back.
I don't know what the hell I
I
did.
was like,
I
yo,
was.
I said, Free got a call. I was getting ready to end it. I said, Free got a call or something.
You know, I was feeling like Buster Rhymes. Get your fat finger out your nose. I didn't. My fingers were
You's
too
an
damn
idiot.
fat, and I pressed the wrong button.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back and do the farmer. I'm gonna come back and do the farmer in Floyd Schofield. I'm gonna come back tonight and do that. Um, just to keep some shit going. Um, Wednesday, I don't know. I gotta think. I gotta start thinking of something because ain't nothing popping this week like that. Ain't nothing popping this
My
week like
damn
that.
light. My damn light.
I mean, it's shit popping this week, but it ain't really nothing where I'm like, I'm gonna go out of my way to be like, yeah, yeah, Free, we got to get to this.
Yeah.
So Yeah, it's gonna be something light. But Thursday we're gonna go bonkers Thursday. Thursday is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
I might have to come on Thursday night because it's hard to come on Thursday afternoon. I got to grab Tiff.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah.
I might make
But
it.
yeah.
I might make a show for 5 or 6 o'clock Thursday, but I know Thursday morning, Emmanuel Augustus. So y'all make sure y'all tune in for that. I'm gonna get up out of here. I ain't even trying to attempt to stay 20 more minutes. I'm gonna get
All
off
right.
now. My day started. Free. I'm gonna see you later, man. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button, man. Catch y'all later. Everybody enjoy the rest of y'all day.
Peace.
All right.